Hey guys, it's me. I just wanted to show you guys one of my pots that just came out of the kiln today. I don't really make a lot of simple formed objects, and when I do, I like to really go at it with some really funky glaze. I've got some comments recently about me showing the trees that I've been making glazed. I haven't glazed a single one of them, and I haven't even fired a single one of them. I have like 600 and something pots upstairs just like chilling out in my living room, so it's just kind of, I'll get to those eventually, but in the meantime, I do small little things. This one, for example, is not really a commission, but somebody asked me to make an urn for their mother, and I was like, oh, for sure, I got you. And so here it is. It has a really nice ash glaze on this top part here. I really quite like this part of the pot. It's an ash glaze over Shino, right? And there's a lot of calcium that's in that ash glaze, and so I'm assuming that's what's getting this really nice matte surface, right? It's like crystal felting, and then you get the nice, ash glaze rivulets all the way down the side of the pot here. I think those look really nice. And then if you go to the bottom, and kind of this middle, you'll start to see this blue titanium glaze. I think these turned out really, actually quite nice. I'm a big fan of this blue titanium glaze here. And then in the bottom, that titanium glaze, which I'm assuming is titanium crystals that are forming is in the thickness of the glaze application. And that's what's happening on this bottom part. And so that's where that white is coming from. And if you look on the top, here, let me go over there and I can sort of start doing some better examination of some of this stuff. But if you look at the top, right, you see that this is like a red, almost like this nice red lid, right? This is an iron red glaze, right? It's just like a tomoku, but if you use too much iron, it goes black, right? But if you use a little bit less, it starts to go this nice brassy red color. So realistically, I probably need to add some more iron in it because it should be going a little bit black. But right now, I think the color on it's really pretty. You can't really see the purples on this, but on the interior of the pot, you can really see some of the really special. You get these almost iron purple colors. It's really, really pretty. And then on the inside, we got my chess pieces, right? So I've been making these little horses, and here's my rook, right? I've been making chess pieces. I don't know if you guys remember, I've been making chess pieces with the kids, There's a pawn, here's the other horse. And I've been throwing all these different chess pieces and having a lot of fun just like figuring out how I'm going to do them all, and I've been really having a blast. These pawns, they're missing their heads because I'm going to make the heads marbles. And so I'm quite excited about that. Oh, here's one of the bishops. So I thought this bishop right here had a pretty cool looking, like it's like a priest hat looking thing. More pawns. I guarantee you guys weren't expecting inside of this urn, before I give it to this lady, there's just chess pieces. But here's the queen. She has like this really cool head, right? It's like this, the crown for the queen. And I always like when there's like these weird undulations on objects, right? So here's the king. And so you can see he's a little bit different than the queen. Here, I'll set him over by the queen. Here's the other rook. And then, I just want to, the rest are just pawns, but I do want to show you the other bishop, right? Look at this bishop, right? So I decided to do two different bishops, right? I did a bishop with the flat hat, here, and then I did the bishop with the needle hat. I know usually there's just one type of bishop, but for some reason, I felt like it was necessary to explore both, and after I made them, I thought that, they actually look fine, right? And their bodies are a little bit smaller than the queens and kings, so I thought they looked actually pretty good. But yeah, that's what I've been up to recently. I've just been getting some stuff fired, for my classes and things, and you always got to make some kind of like nice gifts for people That's like the power of being a maker, actually, right? Is that as you're making and you're doing all this stuff, right? Like, you'll start to learn that the ability to make well-crafted objects is a really powerful tool for creating beautiful moments with individuals, right? And so, I don't know, if you're ever lacking, if you don't know what you're doing and life's kind of just like passing you by and you're not satisfied, just try making some things and like giving them to people. I don't know, maybe that will satisfy your just unsatisfaction with life. I don't know, it really helps me out. So anyway, but this is the pot. I just wanted to show you guys that. And I think now we're just going to get into the rest of the video. So, yeah, stop the wheel. And then today we're going to be listening to, I think it's Donkey Kong? Let's see. Yeah, it's Donkey Kong. Really peaceful kind of music. I'm going to be hanging out with Donkey Kong for a second. I really need to get a better green screen situation here. But, alright guys. Me and Donkey Kong. Alright, that's enough of that. I'm going to get on the wheel. I hope you guys enjoyed the rest of the video. I just, sometimes when you guys ask some questions like, can we see them glazed? I feel kind of bad because I don't even know when I'm going to glaze these trees that I make here, I really don't even have any clue. So I'm a little bit, what's the word? I'm working through the idea, right? I'm working through the idea. Let's get this. I kind of want this more towards my mouth today, if that's possible. I wish I had my chest harnessed still. Actually, I should have that somewhere. Maybe it's upstairs. I used to have this nice chest harness, but for now, I guess it right on my nipple is okay. Okay. Oh, and I gotta get some water, so hold on. You know what? As I'm getting the water, I'll show you what that, I was talking about that Tomoku glaze. I think I showed you guys this cup. This is a really old cup, but this is one that has that black, where it has more iron, so it has that black, but you can still see some of those little red crystals. So I'll let you guys look at that while I get the water here. Okay. But I hope you guys are doing well. I don't know if you guys can even hear me now. This is why I wish, like if I had a wireless camera, like this would be so lit. Right, like I could just take you over here. Instead of you guys just having to like look at something spin as I'm walking around meandering. But yeah guys, I'm working through, I used to make really, that's kind of funny, you guys got to see my urn, that's a pretty simple object, and this cup that's, hold on. Donkey Kong's drinking a cup. But yeah guys, you guys got to see some objects that I don't normally make too often, Anyway. There we are. Okay. I can probably turn this up a little bit. I feel like you guys can barely even hear what I'm... Yeah, Gonna make some pottery today. You know it's gonna happen every day. Guys, one of my videos is at 160,000 views. Oh my gosh. That was like such a great feeling for me personally. You know, I work pretty, I do this every single day, you know, so I'm working pretty hard and pretty tireless to get this stuff working. I gotta get this higher up on my body here. Sorry guys, it's gonna be a little bit loud. Oh, it's so loud, sorry. Maybe this will be okay. I gotta make sure I don't talk too loud. But you know guys, I work pretty hard on the channel. You know, I do this, make these videos and I edit and I make the shorts and all that, all while doing my other just pottery related jobs. So I have like clay on my hands and on my body like almost every single day. Well, no, I do have it on my body every single day. Sorry, not almost every single day. So it's kind of just really nice when I can see your guys' comments. You know, some people are roasting me. Some people are saying like, what a waste of time for a grown-ass man. It's so funny, dude. I appreciate it. Some people were defending me. If you guys are watching this at all, any of the new people, I mean, I played League of Legends growing up, and so it's just like, I feel like I'm immune to online hate. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. It just kind of makes me laugh. I'm just excited that people are commenting. Oh my gosh. I have some people telling me they look like this baboe tree, which that was cool to learn about that. And then somebody said like, awful taste, amazing execution or something like that. It's like an abbreviated thing. It's like a Reddit. It's like a subreddit, you know, where people post like maybe a driftwood buggy, right? And so I'm like, what the heck? Like I never heard of that before. And so the cool thing is when you guys comment and share with me things that I have no clue about and how that may, you know, be, I don't know, just cool for my mind to keep on expanding. I think that's the real power of online and the internet, is when people share things together, right? Some real strength comes from how particular our knowledge is. You know, like there was something I read where if you spend 18 minutes a day on something for a whole year, you'll be better than 80% of the human population at that given thing, or maybe 90%, I don't know. But I thought that was really a cool thing. I gotta make sure I don't talk too loud at you guys here. But I did think that was awesome. And so, when you guys get to share some of the things that you may have researched, I get really jazzed up about that. And then I also saw that sometime in the comments, people are having like micro comments that, you know, it's kind of funny. Like a majority of the comments aren't even about the video, you know, they're about other comments. And so I got to see like this little sub comment section where it was talking about like how somebody just talked about pottery at school, right? And then all of a sudden my video popped up and they're like, that's not a coincidence, right? And it's not a coincidence, like the government's listening or something. And I was like, whoa, like what's going on in my chat? And then somebody has a conspiracy theory about me that I'm a Satanist or something. They're like, because I did 6 of those tendrils, right? Or the 6, I'm gonna call them veins on the body of the pot, right? I did 6 veins and they're like, 666, like demon, pottery demon. You guys are missing the innuendo or something, you know? And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is kind of amazing. And I gotta talk to my dad about it too. My dad was so funny. He's like, I didn't even understand the Netflix thing. And somebody wrote like, Netflix, are you still watching? And then below it says somebody's son, and then ... saying me, because I was like opening it up, and they were kind of being inappropriate, right? But it was funny getting to explain to my dad like Netflix and chill and what that even means. And so it was a pretty fun day for me, just hanging out and talking to my dad about the videos, and he gets really pumped up about it too, which is cool. So I'm very appreciative of you guys giving me the opportunity to have that experience with my dad. It's like really cool to me. So thank you guys. But here we are, we're closing this up, opening this out. Look at that, guys. Nice little tree there. Going down, and this tree particularly, do you guys see these lines that are going up? Not the vein itself, but the throwing lines on the vein, right? They look really, really nice. I like when those are a little bit more defined rather than just smooth. I feel like you can really feel the breath of the pot when you can see my throwing lines in it, right? A lot of people like to just erase those things with like the rib tool, but me, sometimes I really think that like mastery is shown through that your consistency, right? Of your, at least the mastery of your pull is shown through the consistency of the line of that you're pulling up, right? And I feel like I've been getting better and better, right? So it's kind of a really good thing for me to just show that off a little bit on the vessel, right? You can be a little bit arrogant on your work, right? It's not like you're going out there saying you're the best, but show off the skills that you appreciate about yourself within your own body of work, right? It's like, actually, I think it's like a healthy way to, you know, be proud of your work. You know, you don't want to go online and be like, look at my throwing lines, they're fantastic, right? Because that's kind of cringe. But, you know, if you get to have that dialogue and get to voice that to yourself through your work, I don't think there's any problem with that, personally. But here's number one, guys. We're gonna go off to number two here in a second. I feel like one of these days I gotta bring back that head cam though. I know I've been talking about it a little bit this video, but I think it's just a really cool idea. But for now, it'll just be me. Or maybe even like a face camera. You know, I have a head cam and then I have a camera pointing at my face. I feel like that'd be kind of silly, you know? Okay. Push this down, 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 push this down. All right. Another one, here we go. Here we go. Take that. Just bring it right to your palm. Look at that, guys. Going right down. Down to the bottom, what we need. Fill that pond up. Alright. Open this up. This is the second time Donkey Kong's popped up in my videos. That's actually kind of funny. Donkey Kong is, I think, one of my favorite Mario characters, though. My favorite Nintendo character, I think, is probably... Oh, wait. Pac-Man's not a Nintendo character. I keep thinking he is because he's in Smash Bros. Who's a Nintendo character? Maybe it is Donkey Kong. I quite like Donkey Kong. I think he's kind of cool. He just wears a tie. You know, and that's another thing. Somebody was like making fun of me for wearing like shorts and leggings. That's like a very typical Pottery Demon outfit. And for me, it's a practical thing. So then I can wear the leggings 2 times, and I just switch the shorts so I look like I'm cleaner in the morning. But like it's kind of also like it's like a fashion thing too, I guess, right? Like that's part of my Pottery Demon wardrobe. And so when I see like Donkey Kong with just a tie on and he's out in the jungle, no, gorillas don't wear clothes, but there's something that's jarring in the same way that I think maybe something about me is a little bit jarring about that shorts and leggings. The goal was to get the green leggings. I don't know if you guys know that, but I don't know a company that sells green leggings. But that would be awesome if I had green leggings. Then you guys could see more of what's going on behind me. And I would just wear different shorts or whatever. Ooh, guys. The clay right now, I think it's at the perfect consistency where it's soft enough to kind of be loose with it, but it's hard enough to hold the forms pretty nicely. Okay, there we go. Let's get some of the water out of the inside here. Here we go. Ready? Set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. Emphasize, emphasize. And we want to make sure we have a nice, even line right at the top. Great. Here we go. Open this up. I already can feel this one's pretty good. It's pretty cool. This one's pretty skinny too, right? And you don't want to put too much pressure. This is at like the perfect one where it's, do you see how it's kind of loose and open, right? There's something that's kind of beautiful. I think about having some of these loose ones in the mix with the really tight, high contrast ones, right? It's almost like we caught this one like in the motion, right? Right before it got to its final stage. You can also see how these pots are way different from the urn. You know, like, pottery is, I think it's based in a practical thing, like this wheel spinning and clay on that wheel is easy to make vessels for humankind, right? Like, there's something that's very natural about making vessels on the wheel, you know, and I think that's like, that's gonna be with spinning the wheel forever, I think, and at least with clay, right? Like, that's kind of an amazing thing. But I hope, like, now in the 2024, right? I think there's other ways that we can find, or other things that we can find in the wheel. There's not just functional vessels, you know, something that can really start having, you know, I thought about it, and it's like an instrument, right? And what I mean by that is sometimes, like, an instrument, it only has its, like, there's no artifact after the sound it makes, right? Other than just the object of the sound, right? And so in some way, I like to think that I'm making the instrument using a song, and the song is this pattern of me, like, you know, doing these forms, right? There's a pattern to making these that kind of gets changed, right? It's like its own little solo, but, you know, like, think jazz, right? Jazz solos are all different, right? Every single one of them is a little bit, well, maybe not if you're playing off the sheet music, but when people have their little solo thing, you know, everyone's a little bit different, right? But it still feels like jazz music. In the same way, I think I'm trying to get in on that same feeling as musicians get a feel with these pots, though, right? So it's like I'm making the instrument with the music. There's number 3, or 2. Sorry, that first one I thought was number 1, the jar, but I gotta be careful, this one's kind of soft. Like, isn't Donkey Kong music just next level? I'm just kind of like think it's quite profound, actually. I feel really good when I listen to Donkey Kong music. I played the game when I was a little kid, Donkey Kong Country. That was my first Donkey Kong game. I really liked that. And then I played Mario versus Donkey Kong, where it's like Donkey Kong's just normal Donkey Kong, but then the Marios are like little robots, or you have to collect these little Mario robots. It's kind of based after the get to Donkey Kong jumping over his barrels, like in the first, iteration of Donkey Kong, I guess. But it's kind of more puzzle-like. Bring down this side. Bring this up. Bring some of that down. One more time from the middle. Bring that out into your palm. And I'm clamping my elbow here with my body so it doesn't move, so I can really push the clay into it, and it just wants to sit right on center. And here we go. Claw right on that base. Scratching into that blackboard. There we go. Open that up. Don't forget to breathe, guys. Going down to the bottom here. Get ready for this pull. This looks like a nuclear power plant. Going to the bottom here. Saying, hey, what you got down here for me? I heard you got a little bump for me to carry to the top of the pot. Here we are. Ooh, it's getting a little thin on the bottom. I gotta be careful. Going through that middle. Feeling that clay nice and slow. Just allow that clay to be guided up. Oh my gosh, wow. This is like the theme song. This feels great, guys, right now. This is like a remix version of the initial theme song. Down at the bottom of the pot, looking which way we're not supposed to be. Don't worry, it's just me making pottery. Wobble, don't worry, it's just a little wobble. Come on, hobble on over to the kiln and get it fired. Don't worry, we're just gonna pull these walls higher and higher. Bow, 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 bow. Ba-da-ba-da-bow-ba-bow. Ba-ba-dum-bum-bum. Bo-ba-do-boo-boo. Boo-ba-do-boo-boo-boo. Alright, there we go. Get a little bit of water out this bottom. We're kind of in a cave. There's lizard men all around us. Don't worry, Donkey Kong. We're gonna pull out a nice pot for you. We got 5. And go in on these. Here we are, guys. Ooh, we got a little rippage there. What are we gonna do with the rip, guys? Have it rip open just like that. Saying, hey, we're ripped here. Nice. There we go, guys. Keep this bottom open. I mean, guys, you guys can't be telling me that this Donkey Kong music isn't just like, what's the cool kids say, it's hitting, right? That Donkey Kong music, it's hitting, guys. Alright. What we gonna do with this pot? I don't know. Oh, there we go. Skip one, skip one, skip one, skip one, skip one. Don't worry, it's just me. We're gonna get that pottery. Don't worry about a single thing you do. Worry, baby, you thought you knew. This one is just beautiful, guys. There's this little notch on the top here that I made is echoing on that bottom part, really unifying, I think, some of the aspects that are strongest about the pot here. So we're gonna have this one in the foreground. I wish we would have picked it up on the other side. A little bit nervous here to flip this around. There we go. That's pretty good. Sweet. Okay, we're gonna get number 2 right underneath here, guys. Look at that. Ooh, nice. That pot is freaking, that one's really doing good. I feel like wherever that pot ends up, success is following it, you know? I think the glazing on that pot is gonna look great. I wish there was a better angle, but maybe that's all I can get. Is it touching? No? Is it gonna rotate? No? I guess this is it, guys. Let's get back over there. I'm gonna turn on this camera. Hello, camera. Turn this on. And I'm gonna, whoop, go back. Bring you right over here. Okay. There we are, guys. I got clay all over my hands, I gotta be careful. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I think this one was actually a pretty good video today. I think in my commentary, I'll give it like a good 6, right? Commentary was a 6. Video uniqueness, I'll give it maybe an 8. What the heck? I quite like this blue. Maybe we'll do a second video. Alright, I need to end this video. I think like a crazy person. Sorry, the pots really got me hyped up, guys. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys for all the support and the commentary. Like, it really meant a lot to me, so I appreciate that, guys. And, you know, I think that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. All the best. Strong mentality. Peace out. I know the microphone's too close to the video today. Sorry. Double punch.